What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How's it going? It's Dan here from Cryonoir. We're here with another devlog.
To a New Yorker like you, a hero is some type of weird sandwich.
Now, this one's going to be a bit of a odd one, shall we say, because I don't have a huge amount of things to show you. Well, you'll notice that there's been sort of a couple of weeks off the devlog. I haven't had one up for a good couple of weeks, and that's because there's been lots and lots of other shenanigans going on. One of the things I've been working on for the game is the intro cinematic. I've now finally storyboarded that out and got that all done and dusted, and we are happy with sort of the basics of it, if you know what I mean. It's got a few things that need sort of tidying up here and there, you know, just sort of some things need to be a little more concise and some things need to be sort of re-recorded and stuff, but as a general framework we've now got that in place, so that's all good, but I don't really want to show you too much of that because I want that to be, you know, sort of a surprise release for the actual game. Plus it looks terrible. I mean, it is thrown together as far as like the art and everything. I've just literally just thrown it all together just to try and have a base, so it's not really a demonstration of what it'll actually end up looking like. It's just you know, it's a skeletal frame, if you will. So that's a thing. Okay, the big news is that Josh feels that we have taken this game as far as we can in GameMaker 1.4. Or realistically, that there's no point adding more to it because we are going to have to chop it over to GameMaker 2. Also, he's having to rebuild a significant amount of the procedural generation. You know, as through doing it, you get better at it. So he's you know, going back over it and thinking, oh, well, I need to change that and I need to redo this. But to cut a long story short, we're having to do a full rebuild of that aspect of the game. And if we're doing a full rebuild and we already know we're going to have to go over to GameMaker 2, it kind of seems stupid rebuilding it in 1.4 and then chopping it over to GameMaker 2 at a later stage. So we are changing game engines.
Welcome to development hell.
We are changing game engines midway through a build of a game, which is arguably one. I won't say the worst things you can do, but it's always a significant that bad times are afoot, shall we say. It's not going to be too bad. It's not like we're going from like CryEngine to Unreal. It is effectively we're just going from one iteration of GameMaker to another, to the most recent one. But that, if anyone has had a look at GameMaker 2, they know it is a substantial change. Just the whole workflow's different, the way it's all set out. Significant things have now changed about how you write code and all that kind of stuff. So that means that me and Josh have now got to learn GameMaker 2 and then implement everything, you know, get everything chopped over to it. Now, I don't really see that being a huge problem because significant amounts of it is still the same. You know, particularly things like, you know, a lot of the language is still the same. So it's not like we're having to learn a whole new coding language. We've got all the assets there already going. Josh is very confident that because a lot of the tutorials he's done with regards to the procedural generation were tutorials for GameMaker 2, and he's had to kind of retrofit them to GameMaker 1.4. So he's very happy that he can just port a lot of that over and get that working. You know, it should only really set us back 2 or 3 weeks.
So many positive ways, maybe we can't lose.
We're hoping it should open up some more interesting avenues as well, because we can have animated tiles rather than just static ones as we have before. So that'll be cool. We'll be able to get more detail in them and get them looking a lot more groovier. And also it'll mean that we can animate the backgrounds as well, which is very good because it doesn't have a background layer, it just has layers. It's good, it's really good, and it's good news for the game, but it just means that, you know, it's a lot of work learning a new engine, and also it's going to make devlogs quite difficult. We might see a return to Dan's game making journey as I start talking about doing tutorials for GameMaker 2. Like I say, I don't think we're going to miss that much. I think it's going to be maybe a couple of weeks. It's setting us back maybe 2 or 3 weeks most, while we really get our heads around it. It's not like if I was going over to Unreal or something that would take me months and months to really nail down. I think this should, I'm hoping this should just be a couple of weeks delay.
Welcome to development.
thank you very much for watching, guys. If you're new to the channel, YouTube is hugely algorithm based and they are looking for interaction and likes and subscribes. So please hit the likes, the subscribes and all of the other things and the bell notification so you get notifications. And yes, and thank you very much. Take it easy. Bye bye. Do you like my new stand?